Hey, what's up guys? This is Johan, and on this video we are gonna start rebuilding the reef. Alright guys, so to start this video, I've been gone for a little bit. That's because I've been working, going in and out of state a couple of times, so I've been kind of away from my reef tank. And within that time, I think about 6 or 7 months or so, the tank has gone for a crash. I only have 2 more corals left. All my fish are still there except I think 1 clownfish upped and disappeared, and my regal angel, that one passed. But besides that, everything else is still kicking. Hasn't done a proper water change. I did a salinity test. The salinity is a little bit on the low side, so what I'm gonna do today on this video is prepare for water change. Rebuild my RODI unit and start upgrading it, and then I'll show you guys the reef, and let's begin with this video. Alright guys, so here is the reef. You can see that it's mainly looks like a bunch of dry rock and fish. The lights have basically just turned on. The only 2 corals I have, well, I just saw a third one, so I have 3 corals remaining. I thought I was done for 2, so that's some hope. Is this one? It is a hammer. Only one of my euphyllias that's still alive. I actually moved it from this side of the tank, which is like the low light area, to this here, so I could have something in the center of the tank. And then this Montipora setosa, that is my other coral that has survived. You can see it isn't doing really well, but at least it's bouncing back, where you can start seeing some polyps extension on the little, I'm not sure what you call those, the little growths that spread out. That's the only way there's polyps, but in between here there were no polyps. Like all around there you can see there's no polyps, so that's good. It looks like everything's bouncing back right now. And then I just saw, I'm not sure how well this will turn on camera, but a sunset Monty. It's completely bleached out. Everything around it has died, but you can see a couple polyps on there. I'm not sure how well that will turn on camera. So the nasotang was blocking the shot. Favorite fish, and it loves me. You can see it's happy to see me every time I come home. I have my sailfin tang over there. My bicolor angel just started coming out. My 2 clownfish, or 3 clownfish, 1, 2, and then the other one is right there. And I have 1 other fish. There we go. My lunares. I'm gonna want to get rid of this fish. I put it in here because I wasn't away from home, so I kept it inside the reef so at least it could eat whatever. But it is very aggressive, and I can't keep it in this tank, so I can't add any other fish. So I'm gonna try to see if I can catch it, put it in the sump, or have a different tank for it. I have a 75-gallon tank, my old tank. I could probably keep it in, or give it up if I want to add any more fish. But it is a very beautiful, lovely, has a lot of personality, but just can't add any more fish, so I have to remove it from the tank. It's going to be a headache whenever that time comes around, because it loves to dig into the rock, so this varies. But anyways, so this is what the tank looks like. Let's get into what this video is actually about. Doing my RODI, rebuilding that, and then just doing a water change. Alright guys, so we're in my speed raffle. And this is my current RODI setup. Simple, basic, cheapo stuff that I put together over the years and just been adding to it and upgrading as I go along. I started off with simple, this little cheapo system. It comes with a pre-filter, carbon filter, and a reverse osmosis membrane, and also another cartridge like this, but it's clear with the DI resin, small one, just like this. So what I've been doing over the years is just upgrading as I go, because I didn't want to spend everything on one RODI unit, and for my purposes it worked just fine. Anyways, so I already made 1 upgrade, or 2 upgrades, or multiple upgrades. This is my DI resin. It's one of these you get in like a big box store, or you could order it with Amazon for like 20-some bucks. And then I also upgraded with an extra RO membrane on there, and have a check valve, so that way it can automatically automatically top off my system. There's a few Y fittings on here and a whole bunch of extra jumble of mess. But what all this all does, it allows me to make about 110 gallons roughly. So let's say about 100 gallons a day. The fuel membranes and the larger DI unit. So with this upgrade I'm going to do, let me go show you guys the other stuff. So here's all the new stuff that I got. 2 more of the canisters, so I can actually use these now instead of using the little bitty these little canisters right here. So I have the replaceable ones, and these are like what, $9-10 cheap. I can just easily replace that. So these are 2. I'm only going to be using one carbon filter, and then my pre-filter. It came in a set with 2, so that works out. And then my 2 RO membranes, and then some more DI resin, so I could swap this out. So only difference is, besides buying everything together, they all come on like one kind of bracket. So I have to DIY some bracket. I got at a hardware store, but I mean, I like DIY and stuff. So it's no big deal. I'm gonna go ahead and put this together, and then meet you guys in the next video. Alright guys, so all done. Because it's set up here, I got the pre-filter, carbon filter, then my 2 DI resins, my 2 RO membranes, and my DI resin right here by itself. Everything's all swapped out, ready to go. I already took all the stuff out. I just bolted it to one of the old cartridges right there, so it keeps it together. And then this, I'll probably put an extension or something, or just buy a proper bracket later on. But for right now, it's gonna work just fine. Put it under my little shelf down here and get everything squared away. I just need to attach the out to my fish tank, or I mean, not my fish tank, my RODI unit, my reservoir, or my mixing station, which is just a 55 gallon drum I move into my living room. Alright, so that is for this part of the video. Let's go back out to the reef tank. Nina! Heyo! What you mean? Huh? You're fighting? Anyways guys, sorry about that. Gonna play my pooches. No! Anyways, so I got everything ready to go. I got my RO filled up, and not just RO, but salt water filled up and mixed up already. And I'm not sure you guys how my setup looks like, so maybe if you guys want to replicate it to make water changes easy for you. Right now I'm using a 55 gallon tub. That's roughly about 35% of water. It's a 180 gallon tank altogether plus this, so about 200 gallons. So roughly about 35 to 40%. But my setup right now currently is I have a RO line that comes straight from my spare bathroom, goes under the door, just wraps around, comes down into my sump area, and then it goes into this solenoid. I can't remember what this is called. I think it's the code name for it is, or the nickname for it is a marriage saver. I can't remember the actual name for it, but basically what it does, the water comes in, goes into the solenoid, and then goes over to my RO unit, and then it has a sensor, a light sensor that is able to tell the where the water level is. You can see the 2 things right here. So I have 2 of them. This one is my main one that goes to my ATO reservoir, and then I have a T over here to a second one that goes over to like my water change station or any other thing. So good thing about having 2 of them is if I want to set up a container, I don't need to run all the way back into the spare bathroom to get water. I have everything set up right here, so I could just put it in there and then set it and forget it. That's a good thing about this. You plug it in, put the solenoid into wherever water level you want to, like, so for example right here, see where the water level is, set it right here, and then it will fill up to there and automatically shut itself off. So good thing about having that, besides filling up your water change water, if you want to have like your ATO on automatic and you never have to touch it. I set this and I forget. I've never touched my ATO reservoir unless I'm cleaning out. But the good thing about it is your only other thing you need from this is to have a timer to it. So it plugs in over there. So for example, how mine is set up, let me show you the fish whilst I'm talking. So how mine is set up is I have it at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I turn it off. It automatically turns itself off at 3. It turns itself on at 3, and then around like 5 in the morning it turns itself off. So it gives my ATO some time to go ahead and refill. It automatically shuts itself off with the sensor, and then repeats itself. So that way I never have to worry about my water level. It automatically does it. And then one thing you never want to do is never run it straight into your tank. You always want to run it into your ATO reservoir. That way, in case it overflows, or that thing fails, it will fail and overflow on your floor, not into your reef tank, and cause like a situation where your salinity drops. Alright guys, so the tank is finally done as far as the water change and all that stuff. See how it's still kind of hazy. Not 100% all the way done. I gotta mix up a little bit more water. I drained out too much. But, you know, for the most part, it's all done. Only other thing you gotta do is probably gonna use this water to mix up some new salt. Sour water. TDS isn't that high in it. It's probably about 0.03 parts per million or something like that. And the dissolved salts in this our water. But you see there's some crud down at the bottom. Not sure what that is, I'm 100% sure, but most likely what it is, I see a couple bugs in there, but most likely what it is just dirt and dust from the air. I live in the desert, so that's probably just dust that's accumulated over time and just piled up in that one corner. It looks like detritus. Well, detritus is good, but whatever. But for the most part, guys, that pretty much wraps up this video. Catch me next week. I'll probably be doing something else, adding coral or whatever. For the time being, whilst I'm home, I'm going to try to do a little bit more consistent with the videos when I'm home. If you guys don't see a video from me, I'm not home. I'm out working, doing something. Trying to make money to make sure this reef tank, hobby, and my family, we're doing okay. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one.